Our next speaker is Guikema. The topic is, why do I run?
It was January 2008. I'm at work in my office cube. Paperwork's piling up on my desk. I'm extremely busy. So I started surfing the internet, and I found this ad where Indian Township is sponsoring a free 5K race. And I'm like, free? That's all for me. I'm the biggest tightwad cheapskate there is. So I sign up for the run, and I see it's called the Polar Bear Race. So a couple weeks later, I show up at the Polar Bear Race. It's snowing outside. And I'm pinning on my bib number 442, and I'm thinking there's not 442 runners here today, not even close. You had a lot of runners wake up this morning, they looked at the snow, and the chickens chickened out. They went back to bed. But I didn't chicken out. I'm a Michigan man, born and bred. From the snow I came, and to the snow I shall return. I can't make that part up. I mean, who has to live in Michigan? The weather's terrible here. The point is, I'm trying to psych myself up for the race, you see. Now, the Polar Bear Race is the first race I've used the computer chip timing. It's this little bugger right here. You tie it into your shoelace, and when you go over a starting mat, it starts your timer. And as you go over a finishing mat, it shuts off your timer. That way the race directors kind of have an idea where you are at all times. So I put this, I'm thinking, I'll go to the website and see how this chip works. And I went to the website, and there was a note section about this chip, and I'm going to read word for word what's on this website. The chip can be damaged by extreme shocks and by cooking it in a microwave oven. Remove the chip before putting your shoe in the washing machine. And finally, do not cross the system by walking across the finishing mat on your hands. Well, darn, that's what I was going to do. I was going to go across the finishing mat doing a handstand. So they ruined my plan. So I grabbed my chip, and I need a plan B. I'm at the starting line looking for a fast runner. I see a guy who looks kind of thin and fast, and I walk over and going to pin my chip into his shirt. And he gets mad, and he swats at me, and he's like, get away. And I'm like, come on, man. And I'm like, well, I can run with a chip in my hand. And there's always this jogger with a double stroller who goes past me at the finish line. Now, I've got a pretty good arm, so when he passes me, I can just chuck that chip in the stroller, and I'll finally beat him for once. But in the end, I just put the chip in my shoe like everybody else and ran with it in my shoe. Now, before the race, you can hear me talking about the post-race refreshments. To anyone who will listen, you got your old apples, bananas, stale muffins. I'm trying to convince myself that running my guts out for 3 miles is going to be any easier because of this crap they're serving me at the finish. So the race gun goes off and we head out. And you've got your normal race day characters in any 5K race. You always know to look out for the heavy breather. He's a wheezer who sounds like he smoked a crack of Marlboro. Sounds very annoying, sounds like he's going to die. And wouldn't you know, he's got the exact pace of me for this entire race. You've also got your technology geeks with all their hardware, GPS watches, heart monitors, iPods, all simultaneously beeping. And just my luck, one of these geeks has got my exact pace too during this race. So I've got the heavy breather to my right. Oh God! The geeks on my left. And I'm in the middle like, oh no! Make it stop! Every race, there's also at least one spitter. But the spitter is just a little bit faster than me. So he's just ahead of me going, poking loogies at me. At least he's giving me a warning so I can duck him. Unlike the previous Toastmasters speaker who just spoke before me, who I think was making it rain in the front sections here. At the 2-mile mark in a 5K, it really starts to get hard. But today I'm feeling okay for the Polar Bear run. And by feeling okay in running, I don't mean that I'm like, oh, I'm feeling okay, birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the... No, okay in running means I don't feel like death. but I still feel like my legs are falling off, my lungs are bursting, and I'm looking for a place to puke. This is about the time I ask myself, why do I keep torturing myself? Why do I keep doing this? And let me tell you a story. There's been times when I've broken personal best times in a 5K. I come home, my 4-year-old daughter's here. I'm like, Alexis, I broke my personal best time in a 5K. She's like, Dad, where's the medal? It's about the medal. It's about the hardware. That's why I run. Cheat if you have to, but bring home this bling around your neck. A couple minutes later, I've got a half a mile to go in the polar bear run. I don't care about medals or hardware or anything. I just want to finish. I'm hurting so bad, I'm like, I'll never do this again. I'm slowing down. I look on in horror as an 11-year-old boy comes skipping past me as he's whistling. Then, like clockwork, here comes the jogger with a double stroller, and his kids are laughing at me as they go by. So I'm praying, to the good Lord, please let me get to the finish. I'll never do this again. Just let me finish. I'll sacrifice my firstborn daughter. I get across the finish line, my head feels like it's going to explode. Like, I'm never doing that again. I grab my Gatorade, my granola bar. Never, that's horrible. I'm never doing it again. I stumble over, almost bump into the spitter. All right, what's this? Race flyer. 10-mile race in 2 weeks. Only $35. What a bargain. What a bargain. I'm signing up for this. So I sign up. What's wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Why do I keep doing this? I'm feeling concerned. So I go home and go online and look up if I got a problem. And it turns out I found out there's people out there worse than me. There's people out there who pay money to give speeches to people. I didn't believe it either. It turns out they're called Toastmasters. That is something I would never do in a million years, Toastmasters. So while the moral of the story is, while there's people out there who might run marathons or walk on poles or fish in the Arctic Circle, just know you're okay, because there's people out there who are just at the other end of the spectrum, and those people are called Toastmasters. Thank you.